Hi, welcome to Off the Dome. Just letting you know my comments are off on this video for a very good reason. They will not be enabled at any time because what I have to say is from a very personal place. There's nothing to discuss, really. It's a way to cut out the trolls from trying to tell me what my experience as a black woman actually is. You can't do that. You can listen, learn something based in not just your experience, but that's up to you. It's up to, whether you're a sociopath or not. I could say that this is a plea, but I will not beg. This is an ask, at least to hear me out, to show support for me and for people like me, people who look like me, people who look nothing like me, who have none of my experiences, but basically people who are not white. That you do not vote for 45 in November because it'll save lives. In the end, it will save your life. But if you're white, voting for 45 will only benefit you. And not, not, and only for a short time. A vote for 45 is actually a vote for fascism. You should believe that. You should understand that that's what we are about to face in 2021. If we don't get this right in this dumpster fire of a year 2020. If there's anything that's been clear, that should be clear to you at this point, is that if you vote for 45, you are voting for fascism. You may want to bring up Candace Owens as a source of your reasons to move forward because clearly she's a black woman. But I'm here to tell you now that Candace Owens is not someone that enjoys actually. She doesn't like the fact that she's black, and I can go on and on about her moneyed motivations for white supremacist approval, the defense mechanism of how someone like her will throw other people who look just like her from the similar experience. They'll throw black people, throw brown people, otherwise under the bus to survive. I'm not going to stoop to that level. I'm not going to go that low to survive because I already figured out that in order for me to survive, a whole bunch of other people need to survive too. That means that my survival is deeply connected and intrinsic to the survival of others. It's interesting how Republicans are so pro-life, right? But they don't seem to want to push pro-life stance onto people who have already survived pregnancy and birth. I'm not for abortion per se. The pro-life movement actually has nothing to do with the sanctity of life or the realized incarnation of God. It really isn't about that. Pro-lifers, they just really want to control other people's bodies, namely women. And I'm black. And I'm a cisgendered woman. And I can't declare that my black life even matters without it being controversial because my actual existence for some reason is already controversial, right? So there's Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is actually pro-life. And the pro-life movement doesn't have the intent at all of recognizing the sanctity of life in dark-skinned people of any variation. More than that hurting me, which it does, it also frightens me. It absolutely frightens me that white nationalists and white supremacists and people who are apathetic or people that just are like, well, they just have strong opinions about things and people. The cowards. the cynical ones who allow those kind of people in their lives, right? They're willing to let me die. They're willing to let black and brown life just die. No advocation, no petition, nobody standing in the gap. But yeah, you want to say how Christian that is, because I mean, many of the people voting Republican see themselves as Christian. They're okay though with children dying at the borders. They're okay with the hysterectomies happening to brown women who look like me, who don't have endometriosis. Just turning the blinders on. And that's something about American Christianity is just really broken. It's really forgotten. Or probably just doesn't even really know who Jesus is. The real Jesus that they want to say that they worship, there's a whole lot of erasure. The fact that he was a Palestinian Jew in the flesh. If you're watching this video at this point and you're not a sociopath, but you don't necessarily know how you're going to vote, right? I'm asking you not to vote how you normally vote because you're cynical, or because you don't think it matters, or because you're just used to voting for your subsection of people. It's a humane thing to see your humanity in the lives of others, right? And so that's how people should be involved in politics. You should see yourself in other people, whether they're trans, whether they're not trans, whether they're disabled, young or old. You should vote for people that don't live on your cul-de-sac. As if there are other people in the world that matter. Sorry to the sociopaths who enjoy power and watching people die and cutting up cats in the back alleys. You can't make a comment. There's nothing to discuss. I'm just a black woman that wants to be free and alive and breathing. And I can do that without your input. I mean, you're probably going to vote for fascism. Can't do nothing with you. Y'all weird. We voting in November. I need the Jehovah's Witnesses to vote. I need cynical people who are heartbroken to vote. I need young black men that don't think it matters to actually give democracy one last chance. Because we probably, if we don't get this right, this could be the last one. I'd rather go down fighting rather than laying down and taking it. Use every protest mechanism you can that you have at your arsenal. And this one requires you to vote. I hope you do that. I'm not the boss of anyone, but lives are at stake. It makes a difference to vote, even if the system is rigged. Because not doing anything keeps the system rigged. It keeps us from having a chance to break it. And I know that we've been in a rinse and repeat cycle for years, 4 centuries even. You got to put skin in the game. And politics is not just about, it's not just a game all its own. It really is using your voice for the welfare of others. That's how we should use this vote that we have. For the rest of you, please don't vote for Kanye. Don't do that. Don't vote for the Green Party guy. I'm not a Democrat, to be fair and to be, clear. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died today. That was the catalyst I need to to put aside my grievances with Biden and say that I'm going to vote for Biden in November. Because I know this two-party system is really messed up, and the choices that we're left with are ridiculous. It's stifling for everybody. It's tiring. What's on this ballot, though, is a cruddy democracy or fascism, where we won't have a voice at all. I'm going to vote for the cruddy democracy for 200, please. Because a vote for Biden will actually save lives right now. This is actual survival. A vote for anyone else will basically end lives. That's where we are. That's where we are in history right now. And so I hope you believe me. I hope you understand and know that I'm way too awkward to lie about my own experience. If you're watching this and you know me and you haven't talked to me in a while and you vote Republican, if you vote Republican again, I'm going to consider you a fascist. Don't call me, don't wish me a happy birthday. You basically are rooting for the death of black people and you're rooting for my death. So yeah, I'm that black and white at this point. I'm not normally like that. Okay, I am like that, but I've gotten better. But I don't want to die under a fascist government. And either way, we got a lot of work to do. Like, the work's not going to be done just because we get Biden in. So I already know what's at stake even then. That's where I'm at with all of this. If you're white and you don't know what you're doing in November, try something new and not Republican. It will literally save millions of lives. Thanks for watching. I'll be back later.